Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lost Podcast of Titan, an audio journey of a father and son revisiting classic sci-fi series to have deep roots spanning generations. We do not claim to offer hitherto unexplored points of view, but rather seek to recreate the enjoyment we had watching this media together in our living room. So I invite you to pull up the episode or movie in question on your favorite streaming or physical media device and join us for live commentary throughout and post-viewing thoughts and tangents. Thank you and enjoy the show. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lost Podcast of Titan, where a father and son explore their sci-fi roots by reviewing classic television shows and other media.
And expand upon our sci-fi roots as well.
And there's new sci-fi? I didn't think there was new sci-fi.
Well,
didn't that stop when when the Sci-Fi Channel went from SI-FI to SY-FY?
Why? And started showing reality TV series and professional wrestling.
Wait, they did?
They're showing some kind of wrestling on the Sci-Fi Channel nowadays. I don't know. I've given up on the Sci-Fi Channel a long time ago.
Is it sci-fi wrestling?
No, it's not sci-fi wrestling. It's still sci-fi, but I noticed they've been running some wrestling.
I could watch like a Klingon go against a.
No, not sci-fi wrestling, just some sort of WWE type thing.
They're missing out.
Well, but when I think of all the material that's out there that needs to be run, no, I parted ways with the Sci-Fi Channel ages ago. But it occurs to me that here would have been I should have waited until now to ask you for your opinion of the Dune 2020 trailer, because no doubt the audience would be interested in your enlightened views.
Am I enlightened? Well, I like it. It looks very promising. The simple fact that the director did such a good job on Blade Runner means I am not that concerned. The trailer was sort of meh, mainly because of the music for me. But I actually liked the 1980s David Lynch Dune, so I'm one of those weird people.
Oh, real quick, what did you think of the miniseries, which I should admit ran on the Sci-Fi Channel?
It was more faithful to the books. I liked that part of it.
The costuming stunk.
Costuming was shit. And some of the acting was atrocious. Like the guild was creepy as hell in the David Lynch film, and in Sci-Fi Channel it was like they were just stupid. Like these people aren't threats. What are you doing? Like David Lynch walks out with his dick on the table because his guild comes out in leather clad. Fuck you! I'm going to talk in mathematical equations, and then we have the Sci-Fi Channel just. Ooh, I know math. Ooh. Just
See, that's what I mean. Enlightened discourse.
Yeah. So the purpose of this podcast, ladies and gentlemen, is to get sponsorships and get in lots of money. But beyond that,
I vote for money.
But money's good. It is to, as I said, experience our sci-fi roots basically by watching the shows together. And we invite you to join us, pretend you're in the living room with us, and join the conversation, and perhaps a little bit more discussion after the episode.
Exactly.
And currently we are on Star Trek Episode 5, The Naked Time.
First season.
So just go to your streaming or physical media product of choice and pull it up. Go ahead and pause me now. And welcome back. So we are ready here. Just start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
You are professional to the point of awesome.
That doesn't make any sense. Hold on, wait. Psi 2000?
Yeah, they were still working on planetary nomenclature. I always wonder what happened to Psi 1 through 1999.
Maybe it's like it's a system that has like obviously thousands of small microplanets.
That's possible. The frozen person at the console
Yeah.
is a department store mannequin, and one of the production people, I forget who, kept it afterwards in his office.
As one does.
Oh, those nice-looking environmental suits?
That's a nylon wrap or something, yeah.
It's shower curtains.
Yeah, that's definitely a mannequin.
Yeah, that's definitely a mannequin. Catherine, the whole crew has been replaced by frozen mannequins.
Also, like, this is shit protection.
Well, it looks nice.
No, it didn't. It's shit protection and it doesn't look... Oh my god, no.
The instrument that Spock is holding...
It's a flashlight and a thermos.
It's a early 1950s radiation detector.
Mm. No, this is the high def did not work out in the series' favor sometimes. Oh my god.
You wonder, are they having trouble seeing through the mesh in the visual in the cutout there or face cover?
I don't think so. It's just a very thin mesh.
He died at his post.
As he should.
See, if this was a Klingon survey team, they would just go meh and beam back up to the ship. They died at their post.
Seriously, like the Klingons have their issues. Oh god, no. You fucking...
What that's not professionalism at its finest.
The fuck?
Put the glove back on.
You're almost as stupid as the guy in the Assault Vampire episode who went after the blonde.
And that's got to be cold. Wouldn't that tell him put the glove back on? Nope. Well, it's too late.
That's kind of a creepy effect. I can dig that.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Why not put it right in your face?
Are we sure Starfleet is sending their best?
Well, instead of a red shirt, he's wearing a red costume, so.
Dealt with before. What about Space Madness? I thought Space Madness is a thing right now, isn't it? They've mentioned it a few times.
I think you can get a little buggy in space. But so far, I don't think we've seen a full-blown case of, as the Ren and Stimpy episode referred to, Space Madness.
Yeah. But do me a favor, move your microphone a little bit closer.
Well, it's attached to the... Hold it. Let's see. Maybe it's the volume control.
Wait, maybe I can... Hold on. I think I can... I have that. I have that option. Hold up. What am I doing? User volume. There we go.
Can you hear me better now?
How about now?
Can you hear me better now?
There we go.
Okay. Well, that was a quick job.
Seriously. What the fuck is up with those cards? He just chooses one at random and inserts it into the chair?
Those are data plaques, sticking it to the USB port on his chair. Apparently, we can't see, but there's some sort of marking on the data plaque which tells him which one he wants to do.
Hmm. You know, you could have told him before you beamed up that we got to decontaminate instead of being a dick about it.
Did you receive my signal, Mr. Scott?
What do you mean medicine?
Sick bay.
Yeah, I know, but
he called it medicine. Well, his thoughts were elsewhere.
Clearly not on the script.
We were talking about Psi 2000. In the original story, the planet toy was called La Pig for some reason.
Uh-huh. Okay, I like Psy 2000 better. That was a good choice.
Well, that bonus pay really helps.
Oh wait, so they're wearing okay.
They're wearing undershirts.
Huh. I didn't realize that.
Well, I think this is about the only time you really see the undershirts.
Yeah, fair enough. God
And
damn.
here we introduce Christine Chapel.
And Christine Chapel's skirt, apparently, which deserves its own credit.
William Ware Theiss, the costume designer for the series, was just one step ahead of being arrested. It's amazing he got a lot of his stuff past the censors.
Oh Lord. And like it's so progressive too, but bam, eye candy. Here you go.
Something.
Yeah. Klingon, sir.
They have no honor.
They have no honor.
Well, then something needs to be adjusted because there was clearly that stuff on the counter that Tormund touched.
Yeah, maybe he should speak up and be like, "Oh wait, is he even in this meeting?"
I don't think so. No, I don't see him.
Yeah. Okay.
Show of hands.
Yeah. Wait, why are they? Okay, hold on. If the planet's about to blow, why are they hanging around anyway?
Their orders are to study the disintegration of the planet. They're essentially continuing the work that the science station on the surface was going.
Oh
And
yeah.
their
Okay.
job was to pull up the crew of the science station and then watch the remaining breakup of the planet.
Just leave a probe.
Thank you. That would have helped, and I really think they could have had a further orbit.
Yeah, like I mean, it's not like the Enterprise is blind. See, that's my game right there. They got checkers.
And here's Mr. Tormund.
Oh wait a minute, he's a science officer. Okay.
Yes,
Well, I mean, he needs a red shirt. He clearly. Wait, hold on. He's a science officer, and he took his fucking glove off,
I
and then
know.
and then sniffed it. I mean, he may as well have gone down on his hand at that point.
I know. I imagine there were people back then who I'm trying to remember if I thought that was really stupid when I first saw this episode back in the bright beginning, and very unprofessional.
Yeah.
Where's the salt?
Yeah. See, like the salt vampire was actually there were two salt vampires. One of them was just better at getting salt. Like, wait a minute, there's a machine here that I just push a button.
And salt comes out?
I mean, delicious. You're getting paid, man.
Really, you enlisted.
And
Nobody's
you're not a
fucking, yeah,
and you're
nobody's
not a
took a gun to
redshirt.
your yeah, nobody's took a gun to your head and forced you to join.
Really?
But I guess he would have been a Jenny Raincloud back on Earth too. Why are we staying around on Earth?
Oh god, I just remember there's a singing portion of this episode.
Yes, or rather,
Is it? Wait. They're threatened by a butter knife?
listen, I don't care. Someone points a butter knife at me, I back away.
It's a butter knife.
And we're all just sitting there on the other side of the room just watching.
Oh, it's a checkers game. It's really intense.
And some hand sanitizer. This is actually a relevant episode for these times. Have you?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to this, we are still in the dark times of COVID.
Yes, we're still among the living.
Yes.
We haven't become zombies yet.
We're waiting for it. Also, it was a cool musical sting. They had like a rattlesnake thing going on when the contamination spread.
Oh, yes. Or Vulcans. Oh, now he throws out that excuse.
Oh, so the sun went dark. So yeah, okay.
Well, then how's the planet being illuminated?
That's actually a really good question.
I do manage to shine every once in a while.
But it would explain why there were so many planetoids. It's like, what if the asteroid belt just sort of scattered, you know?
Yes. Then how did he rise in Starfleet? I wouldn't think that Starfleet would put such a person.
Well, he wasn't in charge. He was a science officer, which, self-doubt might lend itself there, Maybe I'm not correct about X, Y, or Z.
Those surgical tools on the tray,
Yeah.
those are salt shakers.
Well, I mean, salt vampires loose on the ship. You got to be prepared.
No, they were originally meant to be used in the rec room or dining room areas, and then someone, I don't know if it was Roddenberry, what thought, hey, no, these look better as futuristic surgical instruments. I think it'd be neat if beds and clinics and stuff had some kind of diagnostic screen for the.
Like that?
Yeah.
They do. It's just spread out across several machines.
Oh.
It's not nearly as entertaining, to be honest. Although, okay, so in a nurse's station, they'll usually have all the data fed onto them through a patient screen, which is almost like that.
Hmm. In that situation, I would have asked for a replacement navigator.
What, because he's nervous?
Yes.
Find me the
Because
navigator who isn't nervous orbiting a disintegrating planet.
Well, let's find someone who's maybe is a bit more in control. Have another helmsman on standby.
Well, he hasn't given any sign that he doesn't have control yet.
He is so dead.
Psych! Boom. Wait. Check his eyes. If they're silver, he might be faking it.
I was just thinking that. What, not medicine?
Yeah.
Yes, that's usually how it works, Spock. Notice how we're laboring this point.
Well, it's the ticking time bomb.
Yeah.
Or the ticking clock in this case. Wait. 30 seconds ago you said it was increasing. I think Spock might not be paying that much attention to his instruments.
You wonder if he takes a lot of things for granted. Now, he's a Vulcan, he'll figure it out. I've heard it said this was George Takei's favorite episode.
Yeah. He gets to be a little silly and he gets to fence. And he does look like he had pretty much the most fun in the entire episode, let's be honest.
Yes. According to what I found out, Roddenberry called Takei into his office and asked him to take his shirt off, and saw Takei with his shirt off, and says, "Okay, we'll go along with this. You're going to take up fencing and stuff, running around with a sword." And there was, I think, less than either 3 weeks or 3 days before filming was about to begin on the episode. So in his off time, Takei went into serious push-ups to build up his chest muscles, since he was going to be showing them to one and all.
Oh, well, I mean, I would too. Well, I mean, I'd become less frowned, I would hope.
Okay. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, he's an Irishman, but I really can't think of another ethnic stereotype that I would have preferred. Anything was going to be a train wreck.
Well, isn't that part of the point? I mean, I can picture almost any ethnicity, like Italian would be good. I was a Roman once, you know. Had an empire and everything, and
I ship olive oil.
well, with your father, it was a great business.
Right.
What kind of bullshit squirt bottles from the future are those?
Well, they're supposed to be squirt that they need squirt bottles. I mean, what are you going to do to improve on a squirt bottle, really?
Get a atomizer?
Well, isn't that nozzle this type of atomizer?
Yeah, okay, I guess. He was born an Irishman. It's like, I like him up until he sings.
Oh. Yes, this is going to be an ordeal for the audience.
Yeah, and of course, like it's awesome. He does the same thing I would do in a ship that automatically opens the doors. I would just, force
with
pull
with
or
with the arm.
force push.
Aha!
Da 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 da. I'm starting puberty for every 12-year-old boy and girl of the
I know.
1960s.
We're going. Oh! I have to go look up Sulu fan fiction on the.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'll be careful. Don't worry. The brief visit I made to Harry Potter fan fiction just cured me.
Also, I'm concerned that he took the point off the sword. Like,
Yes.
most fencing swords have that little doodad at the end.
Yes, I took fencing in college, and we were strictly warned of the dire circumstances that would occur if the instructor found us without the point on, the tip on our blades.
Like, could you take it off?
Yes.
Ooh, shenanigans.
Yeah, so.
Oh, it's Tuesday. I mean, it's
This is his scheduled day for chasing Crewman with a sword.
now, like, goddamn it. Now, have you found the fucking salt vampire yet? Have any phasers set to stun?
It's either everyone on the bridge has a phaser or no one
Or
on
no
the bridge
one.
has a phaser.
Like in the salt vampire episode, everyone had fucking phasers.
What, neither fair or maiden?
Oh yeah, that's right. This is what she said, doesn't she? Oh,
Yeah.
Vulcan neck pinch. Also, okay, so Spock must recognize something's going on that's happening. Like whatever happened on the planet is happening here, and he's having people touch people who are clearly infected or sick or affected, whatever, bare hands.
He's not connecting the dots yet.
No, and I think he would.
So the communications officer is in charge of clearing the elevator tubes.
Oh God, no. And we have about 26 minutes left of the episode, so
Nice timing there.
I always like to check that whenever they give a ticking clock like that. Through the door, sir.
In the meantime, take the phaser out and... No, take the phaser on your belt and shoot the door.
Say, what's wrong with the door?
They can't open the door.
Why? Yes. Why are they cutting through the obviously thicker wall instead of the door, which is thinner?
Because Scotty just said that the only way through the door is to cut through that particular section of bulkhead.
I think that's bullshit.
I'm calling
Scotty's lying.
I'm calling BS on this too. They're saying it's risky to cut through this section of bulkhead. We have to watch what we're doing. And I say, the ship is falling into a planetary atmosphere. Shoot the freaking door. And there was also the transporter.
I didn't even think of that. Of course.
I mean, I know intra-ship beaming wasn't a thing quite yet, but still, with the situation being what it was, Kirk could have called up some volunteers to try and beam directly into engineering.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for the time reminder, Spock. Much better effect here in the remastered episode than the original version of the episode, where they just sped up the planet on the screen.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay.
I could live with that.
Okay. All right.
Riley for captain.
One more time.
Please no. And Kirk is thinking, bring on the atmosphere.
Bring on the. Also, like, imagine the aftermath of this episode. Like, Riley having to deal with the fact that not only did he give a insult half of the women on the Enterprise, but he's a horrible singer. Like, it's probably why he transferred to a different ship.
He will appear in one more episode later on.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, in first season.
Do you remember which one?
The Conscience of the King.
Yeah. I think it's kind of Texas, but it's a little bit backwards, I think. Also, this is the footage sped up, so.
We're also getting different angles, closer images of the planet. You didn't get that in the original episode.
Well, yeah, because they were trying to maintain the same orbit, same altitude. This is a shit Texas.
Shoot the door.
It's actually a pretty decent laugh.
And pick up your paycheck on the way out. That was a great laugh. Well, why couldn't the yeoman take the elevator that Spock just came out of? That would take her to the bridge.
Oh, that's a good point.
Oh.
It's like, so maybe Riley's okay because everyone on the ship is a fucking terrible singer except Uhura.
Yes. Maybe we could have done worse. Yeah, so there. Shoot the damn door.
Then he gets to hang out in the sickbay for the rest of the episode. This is a good day for Sulu.
Yeah. Where's Harrison? Melt. When she decided to dye her hair blonde for the role, she tried the effect out on Roddenberry, kind of meeting him in the corridor and just bumping past him to see if he would recognize her, and he didn't. So she knew she'd found the right effect.
Supposed to be blonde?
That's supposed to be blonde, but she's a brunette.
Huh.
Seeing as how she's been trained as a yeoman and has no experience operating the
Yeah,
Helium
like
Starship.
also I love how Riley is Yellow Command, but he seems to know exactly how to pipe in all the commands into one console in a specific room in engineering.
Well, a command officer would have to be familiar to varying extents with all the ship's systems. That's why they don't just give out captain stripes to every joker or ship command stripes to every joker who manages to make it the captain.
Oh.
He's gone to the lab. Oh. That is rather short skirt.
Yep.
Well, so in this episode, we not only had the first appearance of Christine Chapel, but we also get into the recurring subplot that she has intense feelings for Spock. And actually, that's a heck of a lot to reveal on the character's first time out. I would have thought we would have worked into it a bit more.
Maybe they were realizing that as progressive as they are, they're not going to get that much screen time to a woman. So if there's going to be any sort of character exposition, then it has to be done quickly.
Okay. Now, say what you want about Kirk, but Spock managed to rack up quite a nice little harem on his own throughout the.
Yeah. Like I've known more women go after Mr. Spock than Kirk.
And getting back briefly to fan fiction, I remember there used to be a little theory running through a lot of the fan fiction, especially when this show was active, suggesting that Vulcans were particularly equipped, to use a euphemism.
Well, of course.
There's to put more of a point on it. Think of the Shel Silverstein song, "Stacey Brown's Got Two," and that's what some female fan fiction authors and perhaps some male ones too, I don't know, were suspecting.
Yeah. Is this why the women were willing to wait 7 years?
Go into physical training. That's going to be a major point of discussion when we get around to Amok time.
What, the fact that he might have two dicks?
Well, the fact that the gap of 7 years between episodes of Vulcan mating.
Oh, that, yeah.
They haven't called Red Alert. You would almost think this would be a Red Alert situation.
I mean, the red alert is, I thought it was active danger outside the ship, which would require shields to go up. So. Also, there's something up with his ears.
Beg pardon?
There's something up with his ears, like there's black spots.
Here we go. Ugh. That's it.
Much.
And he just they couldn't have a switch, an emergency opening switch on the wall. Guess not.
Time to destroy some props.
Sits in the corner chair doing briefings. Now, it's the first
Yeah.
time it's the first time I've actually wondered, or do they just keep that there in case they have someone else extra in the briefing? They just, pull up a chair.
For the yeoman.
We're coming up to what I consider one of the best acted scenes in the entire original series. The confrontation between Kirk and Spock. You just have the basic set of the briefing room, and Shatner and Nimoy just blam, 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 delivering dialogue that has always impressed me to no end.
Apparently, Leonard Nimoy always ran his lines obsessively at night with his wife.
Oh, now I'm wondering, did they ever have kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Say,
What do you mean? Leonard Nimoy has a son. There's pictures of him on set.
Okay, well, true, but how can I put if my wife spent the evenings reading Star Trek dialogue out loud, a script, that would sort of put a crimp in relations.
She's a woman dealing with Mr. Spock. I can picture a whole host of women who would love to recite Star Trek technobabble with Spock.
And how are we doing time-wise in the episode?
12 minutes. So,
Okay.
is this the one where they open the airlocks to blast out air?
No, you're thinking of a Next Generation episode.
Okay.
One of the better Next Generation episodes, but yeah. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's not on the bridge. There's no reason to react like that. So is he saying just take water?
I mean, it doesn't make really sense. It's like,
Well, I'm pretty sure she knew.
I don't know. His father had a type. Let's be honest.
I don't know. Sarek. I'm thinking of the woman he ended up Perry, the woman he ended up marrying after Amanda died. And I was thinking, boy, someone really lowered the bar.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, I'm sure the woman who played Perry was a very nice woman. Bakes her own bread, loves children. But I looked at her when she appeared in the Next Generation episodes, and I went, moo.
Damn.
Ooh. What would Kirk have done if Spock had broken his jaw and he couldn't give orders? I need to go back and find out who got the Emmy for Best Actor in the year this episode came out, because
Maybe for best actor on a television show or something?
on a television show. See if Shatner even got nominated for this episode.
Naked Time Star Trek original series. So 1966. Okay. Emmy
Awards,
Best
1966.
TV Actor, 1966. It's Riley for his rendition of Kathleen, which he will now perform for us live one more time.
No, okay. Don't do that to me. That was unclean.
Sorry. Okay. Okay. Okay, so 1950s, 60s, and 66. Oh my God, this did not age well. Winner is Bill Cosby for I Spy. Wait, nomination? Hold on. Oh, there was no award in 1960. Okay, so the winner was Bill Cosby for I Spy, which he also won 3 years running. Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
was I Spy actually that good?
It is. Prime has the first season, so you might want to, if you get a chance, look at some of the episodes.
I don't know. It's weird. Like, it's really weird.
In fact, I think I would know if any Star Trek actor in the original series had received an Emmy for acting. And nothing comes to mind. I know that William Ware Theiss got an Emmy for costume design, but that's the only thing that comes to mind right now.
Here we go. List of. It was nominated for 13 Emmys, won 0. Nominated for 8 Hugos, won 2. Nominated and won 1 Saturn Award. Nominated for 1 Television Critics Award. And then TV Land Awards, that doesn't count.
No.
And the Writers Guild of America nominated 1 for 1.
I suspect that Writers Guild Award went to Harlan Ellison for City on the Edge of Forever.
Let's see. Yep. Also. And also nominated for The Return of Archons and Return to Tomorrow? Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, and the episode we're watching right now was nominated for Best Dramatic Presentation.
Okay, well I feel good about that, because I think this would have earned it.
So the Menagerie won, and then the Corbinite Maneuver was also nominated.
Ah. See, nice bit. You can see the hull heating effects on the view screen. Yeah, really. Ugh. God, you're just not helping. Whatever happened to the miracle worker?
Yeah, so it's 4 minutes, so he should have it ready in 1 minute. This is not impressive. What the fuck is this?
Well, this is how it went in the original episode. They just thought they should just kind of tighten it up a bit. But yeah, I would have wanted something a bit more dramatic. No, we're dead.
This is method 1 of time travel that they've stumbled upon too blindly.
Well, you'll recall also how in the first pilot,
Oh, yeah, they were talking about
the time barrier has been broken. But apparently, this is one that they haven't stumbled across yet.
Well, that was a pilot, so I'm not really counting it as a canon.
Oh,
like when we get to the menagerie, the two-parter, we'll see which parts they actually keep.
That line will be in there.
Well, goddamn! All right, then I have no idea.
Well, no one ever tried in this episode. No one ever tried cold starting a warp drive. I think if they were doing time travel back as far as the cage, they were taking baby steps. Now, what would happen if they go and contact the previous Enterprise and warn them not to go near Psi 2000?
Well, they don't understand what. I mean, that might cause other issues.
Now, will they get to their next destination while the original Enterprise is still transmitting data from Psi 2000? Because that would be interesting.
That wouldn't. It's like it's the fucking Enterprise. There's some other ship going through all this awesome adventures, and they keep ending up. Yeah, go ahead and close that. They keep end up getting shown up by the Enterprise.
Huh. Okay. I take it you rather like the episode, or?
Yeah, I liked it.
I give it an A.
Oh yeah. I'll give it an A minus.
I would have given it an A plus if they just shot the door to engineering.
Yeah. A plus if there was no singing from Riley. No more renditions of Kathleen. But
it's not the only Irish song there is. You could have tried a few more tunes.
Like, I mean, Whiskey in the Jar. Come on.
Or Rose of Trolley, something.
Yeah, or The Highwayman.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely the best episode of the original series so far.
So far,
So far.
they're getting more into sync here. Everything's getting traction.
Yeah, like if I remember correctly, when we last looked at the list of episodes that were coming up, there was just a phenomenal amount. Where the hell is? There was a phenomenal amount of just bangers coming up. Like let's see, The Enemy Within is our next episode.
Okay.
We have Mud's Women, which is good. But then what are little girls made of? Wait,
You didn't like that one?
No, I could have sworn. Oh, I have to go like this. There we go. I thought the list of episodes cut off, and I was like, that's bullshit. Let's see. Little Girls Made of. Then there's Miri, Dagger of the Mind, and then the Corbinite Maneuver, the two-part menagerie, Conscious of the King, Balance of Terror, just all kinds.
So we're getting into real schmoozy.
Holy shit! Space Seed was actually season 1.
Oh yeah, you didn't know that or remember that?
No. Devil in the Dark is also season 1.
Yes.
God damn. And City on the Edge of Forever.
And then I think we're getting to some clinkers.
Probably. Oh yeah, there's some clinkers.
The alternative factor. I'm really dreading that one.
The alternative factor. Let's see. That was Kirk meets Lazarus, who claims he's chasing his parallel self through space and time. I have no memory of this episode.
Well, don't watch it before we get to it. I want to get your fresh impressions.
Okay.
But I tell you right now, it's not a Hugo nominee.
It's not a Hugo nominee. All right.
It doesn't even get best attitude.
So okay. So it was in the water. I get that, but I'm not quite grasping how they cured it. It sounded like what McCoy was saying was like just give them a drink of water and it'll be fine. Yeah.
Or inject some water into them.
Yeah, which doesn't quite fit.
It's too simple.
Yeah, and I guess they glossed over it.
Or maybe the reason that he brought up the subject of water is to illustrate how the virus spread from person to person. In this case, it was through perspiration.
Oh, you think it's contaminated somewhere in the water?
Yes. So if Joe Tormelin had simply taken the step of applying antiperspirant very heavily before going down to the planet's surface, or if he had a brain cell in his head, none of this would have happened and we wouldn't have had an episode.
Yeah, it's like I have difficulties with the Federation when they keep hiring these dipshits who do the stupidest fucking thing. Like Salt Vampire, like this blonde walks out of nowhere, gives he come hither, and the guy just leaves his post. Like, what sort of bullshit is this? Because Starfleet's supposed to be, high prestige and all that shit. You got to fight for positions on the lowliest ship.
Very highly trained and educated, and
exactly, yeah.
And there are women on board the Enterprise, so it's not as if he's been out in space for so many years without seeing someone of the feminine persuasion.
You wonder if that was like one of the discussions they had when pitching the series. Like, it's the wagon train to the stars, so it's got to be full of rough, burly men doing rough, burly men things, and no women, except for the lonely little outpost.
Well, being familiar with Wagon Train, there were rough, burly men, but there were also nice-looking women.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you want that kind of thing, manly men doing manly things in space, you need to watch some early episodes of Rocky Jones' Space Ranger from the 1950s, where the female character Vina constantly tries to insinuate herself into missions, and Rocky Jones, who's actually a pretty nice fellow overall, he curls his lip and makes the remark how space is no place for a woman. I'm going, Jesus. Really, Rocky? Really?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
I mean, and how are you going to populate other worlds if you just take men along, or do you
Ladies
bother
and ladies and
about?
gentlemen, feel free to Google image search Rocky Jones Space Ranger. Oh my! Oh God!
Actually, they're not bad, but if you're looking at images, most of the money went into the control room of the spaceship.
Yeah, because it looks like their costumes are just here's some blue jeans and a white T-shirt and a little patch.
Well, that's on the philosophy that you need to have as little excess weight as possible on a spaceship. They were doing the same thing in Project Moonbase, the film based semi-written by Robert Heinlein.
Yes, I remember the. Go ahead.
And then they also had full uniforms in Rocky Jones. It's just that when they had lounge uniforms or just casual uniforms, just have the little cap and the little patch. But the other room in the spaceship on Rocky Jones, here we have a nice segue here.
The other room.
There
were only two.
Where there was an airlock, but there was also the room where the navigator sat and such like that. And they didn't have as much sophisticated buildup. The chairs where they strapped themselves into in that room for acceleration, you could clearly see those were power recliners from Montgomery Ward's. And then Cleolantha, who was the suzerain of the planet Ophiuchus, and she was the stock villainess for the series. You'd look at her throne room because they would visit her throne room occasionally, and it looks just like someone's office doing tax returns. I mean, you expect the front door and to her throne room be one of those with a frosted glass panel, and it says in black letter, Cleolantha, and in parentheses, suzerain of Ophiuchus, and down in the lower right-hand corner, Notary Public. That's how it looked. I'd like to try and do an episode or two of Rocky Jones just to give every one of you who haven't experienced it that original 50s flavor. And seeing as how, unlike other science fiction shows of the 1950s, which were videotaped, Rocky Jones was shot on film stock, which is why the visual quality of the episodes has managed to stay constant throughout the years. But that will be for another time.
Yeah, because it looks like they're only selling this on DVDs for $60. So unless I sail the high seas, we'll put that later.
Oh, they're on YouTube, and I've got the DVDs here in my collection.
We can't watch it on YouTube. That would be illegal.
I think it's also it's also on Amazon Prime.
That's weird because I looked up Amazon. Hold on. I really don't appreciate how Amazon Prime will not show me the Prime Video.
But yeah, punch up Rocky Jones, and it should be there. And we don't have to watch.
Oh, here we go. Prime Video. Oh, yeah, okay.
That would help.
Included with Prime.
And they were multi-part episodes. I mean, multi-episode stories, but we would just have to maybe run one or two.
Holy Jesus. This is not cleaned up at all. Oh, my God. Let's see if I can get a quick picture of Queen Ophiuchus.
Cleolantha.
What was that?
Patsy. She was one of those villainesses that you come across in classic science fiction who had the hots for the hero, even though she would never confess to it. It would be like, Rocky Jones, no longer will I permit you to dock your big rigid spaceship in my warm, accommodating docking port. I mean, that's not actual dialogue, but it might as well have been.
I can dig it. Evil queens are always good.
Oh, they're great evil queens.
Although we have Dr. Doolittle and little Timmy running around, so that's a bad sign.
Patsy Partons played Cleolantha. A hot babe. And unfortunately, she passed away in 2006 at the age of 75.
At least the COVID didn't get her.
True. She was in Yankee Doodle Dandy. I'll have to go back and look at that and see if I can find her.
Oh, we have Leonard Nimoy in was it Martians? Wait, Santa Claus Saves Mars or something like that?
Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Yeah, there we go.
He was in them and in Zombies from the Stratosphere.
Oh wait, was it Zombies from the Stratosphere?
Yes, he played one of the zombies from the Stratosphere.
Oh yeah, Stratosphere. Leonard Nimoy. This is Naked Time original series, folks.
If you tuned in late and are wondering why you're not getting
Hot commentary.
on Star Trek, we've decided to take this is our end of episode BS section. Pia Zadora was in Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Really stretching those young preteen acting chops.
Speaking of which,
I don't see Leonard Nimoy on the cast of Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, which I actually have a copy of.
It's like there was apparently a play Leonard Nimoy was in that was all the rage. I really wish I could have seen it.
He played a prize fighter.
No. I think this is the Man in the Glass Booth.
You're talking about the movie or the play?
I thought it was a play. Was it a movie?
Yes, there was
Man in a Glass Booth.
There was this outfit, American Theater, something or other. They were taking plays and doing film versions of them.
Oh, is that? Oh, I must have misunderstood. Oh, hold on.
But no, I read a biography of Leonard Nimoy once. He was into stage acting, like most of the people in Star Trek were before he got involved in doing bit parts in movies and television. And one, Kid Monk Baroni, that's the name of the play. He was a young prize fighter. And he got a lot of nice notices for that.
So it looks like he wasn't in the movie.
No.
He was in the play. I wanted to see the play because there were some interviews dealing with him, and they were talking about how his work after Star Trek, how that was like seminal, and I'm like, ooh.
Well, he was in one of the seasons of Mission Impossible, playing a stage magician, member of the IMF team.
Yeah, but I wanted to see that play.
Oh, you wanted to see that particular play. Well, you might see if YouTube has any excerpts from the play. It's called Kid, Monk, and then Baroni, Baroni. In fact, I can just go to YouTube.
I'm talking about the Man in the Glass Booth.
Oh, you want to see him and the kid in the glass booth?
Yeah.
Okay. What did he play? Eichmann?
He played the Nazi, I think.
Eichmann.
But apparently there was this setup near the end of the play where he basically holds the entire audience in completely in his hands, and it's spellbound just by the way he stomps his foot as he walks. It's like some sort of rhythm thing going
on. He talks about being in the Man in the Glass Booth in 1971 on YouTube. That might have, I don't know if it has any production samples or what. But yeah, I've seen, for instance, the trailers to the movie version of the Man in the Glass Booth, and whoever plays Eichmann in any version of the play has to just hold this entire courtroom spellbound.
Yeah.
That's essentially the big thing. But yeah, both Nimoy and Kid Monk Baroni is also available on YouTube. Back 1952 was when he appeared in that play.
Oh, okay. Goddamn. But
but
we will go ahead and wrap it up there, folks.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And we will see you next time for The Enemy Within.
And whatever else kind of commentary we can scare up.
Let's see what plays Shatner that was in.
The World of Susie Wong. And his co-star was the same girl who would play the title role in the Star Trek episode Elan of Troyes.
Huh.
They, gosh, her name escapes me at the moment. I'm surprised I can remember the play.
She was Len. She was from Troyes.
Okay. But anyway, their careers sort of dovetailed. They would occasionally find themselves... Oh, because she also appears... The same actress appears in the episode of Kung Fu where Shatner appears.
Shatner was in an episode of Kung Fu.
Yes, you wouldn't be able to recognize him much. He had a big old beard, and he was playing a jolly old sea captain who was bringing Kane a message saying, like, he had a message from the Emperor saying all would be forgiven if Kane would just chop off his little finger in payment for killing the royal nephew. Obviously, Kane didn't chop off his little finger, but it's been ages since I've seen that episode, so I don't know what the circumstances were. But Shatner was playing the bearded sea captain who was bringing him the message.
Yeah. Okay. Well, take care, folks.